he says, I've always been curious. I remember you breaking a 2x4 over the Andre the Giant's back. Was that planned, or was the 2x4 gimmicked? If not planned, did Andre have any words for you?
Yeah, it was gimmicked, but it wasn't gimmicked enough.
Mm.
If you notice, when it finally hit him, had to hit him twice, and when it broke, it went end over end out into the crowd. Yeah, it
Yes.
was, and I was like, oh God, he's waiting for somebody to get impaled with it. But and Andre, yeah, he was not happy with it. Yeah, no, but he didn't beat me up. He didn't eat me.
So the heat
So
doesn't go on
no, I
you.
had a good rapport with Andre, and he knew. He told me to lay it in, but I knew I hurt him because I could hear him. And I
So
didn't
the
want to hurt him. I didn't. Yeah, that's why I never did none of those crazy finishes. And hold a guy and drop him on his head and all that silly stuff. Running clothesline. I don't ever want to hurt anybody. But on TV you want stuff to look good. And Andre the Giant, I wanted to look real good. And it hurt him, and he was not happy. But he wasn't like pissed off like he would get a John Studd. He's like, Duggan, still step, don't step, Duggan. I
now
was mushy. Yeah.
now
Like he didn't stick me on the end of the 2x4 like a popsicle. I got a Duggansicle. No, it was an honor to be in the ring with Andre, and hurt him. I felt bad. He didn't sell it. I mean, he didn't sell. I heard him in the ring. He didn't sell it backstage at all, back in the dressing room. But yeah, when I heard, you can tell when something lands.
Oh boy. Now, who's in charge of gimmicking stuff like that behind the scenes? Do you know?
That's where the rubber 2x4 came from. A guy named Ellis, and what a great guy he is. And he's like a stuntman. He does all that stuff and handles all the props back there. And that's when WCW didn't have Ellis. Ellis, I don't think he worked for WWF when I was there. When I came back, he was still there. I mean, he was a mainstay backstage. He drove the cars. He rigged the explosives. I mean, the guy was an expert at almost everything. But WCW, they had the new guy, and he's like, we got your 2x4. And it's like a giant Gumby board, it's rubber. And Shane Douglas is like, Duggan's been carrying a board for years. He never hurt nobody. What the hell you give him that for, And because boom, things get going. I run down. I got my Gumby board. I run down. Wham! I hit like I don't know that Rey Mysterio Dean Malenko group, right? I run down. Wham! 2x4 goes wee, across his back. And I panicked. I'm like, oh shit! But I should have just canned it. I should have just dumped it. But instead, I'm like straighten it out. They got me on camera trying to straighten out my Gumby board, but that was the last time. But a guy named Ellis, I can't think of that was his first name. Man, nice guy, good guy. I used to rib him all the time at catering, especially because I would just come in every once in a while. In catering, everybody's eating. I'd wait for Ellis to get his food. He set it down. He'd go get a salad or drink or something. I'd come in. I'd steal his food. Yeah. It got to the point, man. He's back there. He's like, Duggan! I know you're in here. And then Jen at catering. Those people backstage, they're the most fun of anybody. Jen still works with WWE. She's with catering and takes care of all the food for everybody, and it's great. It's tough, right? Because you're working a pair of short shorts and patent leather boots. But back there at catering, they got every kind of sweet cake, pie, brownie, and all kinds of meats and sliced ham, and you got hours to kill.
That would be tough.
But But Jen, she does a great job. I saw her at the airport. We were going through and moving the sidewalks, and she's yelling at me, "Hack, hack!" And her name is Jen Hag. I'm like, Hag, Hag. A great girl, though, man. She still works there with WW. You can tell because it looks like she was on the Baton Death March. I still work for the company.
Another city.
No, not as bad as the old days, I guess.
Yeah, it's I'm sure still though she's got to make whatever like 2 or 3 times a week, something like that, to do the catering. That's
Oh,
got to be a lot.
she does all the TVs, and I mean, and I think they've changed catering companies, but they've kept Jen around. She's like a fixture. And of course, if you want to get over with anybody in the company, you want to get over with a catering lady.
You get all the hookups.
And I used to sneak out to the catering bus, Forget all the boys. Hey, we're going on the boy. I don't want to look now, I'm going to the catering bus.
Man, it would be
I don't
tough
know
to
what
keep
they
in
were
shape.
doing out there at that catering bus.
Just eating the catering, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
hell, he
sure.
always ate a lot after.